All right, now back to serious matters. Joining us now is the great friend of the show, Newsweek opinion editor Batya Ungar-Sargon. Batya, thanks so much for joining us just hours after this incredible verdict in the hush money case. First of all, what is your reaction to this case, how it came down, and how the jury went guilty on 34 felonies that seem to have been spun out of a single misdemeanor?
Thank you so much for having me, James. If I tell you my initial reaction, you'll never have me back because I should really have my journalist card revoked. I was shocked. I was certain that the jury could see through this nonsense. I mean, there were two lawyers on the jury. I was completely convinced that when they said that they had a verdict, it was going to be to acquit him on all counts. And so I'm deeply ashamed of that, of having so misread this Manhattan jury. I mean, I guess I was still in the mindset of sort of the Trump in the Bronx rally where you really had this amazing reaction to him from locals. But I guess this was just a very different type of New Yorker.
Well, yeah, and I mean, this brings up another question. It ties into something we've spoken a lot about. How much of this case and the verdict of it, this is basically, it all goes back to that 2016 election, which the left lost their minds over and are still obviously not over. How much of this is kind of a revolt of the elites against ordinary Americans?
Oh, it's entirely that. And, people on the right tend to think that, this is all coordinated. Joe Biden is giving directives to the Justice Department and, to the Russiagate hoax and here and there, and that it's all sort of coming from the top. The truth is actually much more sinister, which is that each of these people, each of these district attorneys and judges and people in the deep state and people in professional jobs have main character syndrome coupled with elite class solidarity. And that is what you're really seeing here. Alvin Bragg is the perfect example of this. Nobody told him to do that, I don't think. I just don't think that that happened because I don't think that that was necessary, James. And the truth is actually much more dangerous for our country, which is that there are all of these self-appointed little Eichmanns, sitting there thinking that it is their job to personally rid this country of the person who represents the working class, because it is a revolt of the working class against the elites. That's what Donald Trump represents. And so you have all of these people who are behaving in a coordinated, zombified way against him, but it comes down to class solidarity of the elites against the everyman.